As you know, Somalia for the past 25 years has been locked out of the developments that have been happening in the rest of the world.
Yeah.
As the world was moving from analog to digital, moving from just local to global. So we missed out on that.
How many banks actually in Somalia?
At the moment, we have 6 licensed banks.
Okay.
Premier Bank is still, I would say the only bank that has undergone this cashless revolution that the rest of the world maybe went through in the 1950s and 60s.
Sure.
So it's a great opportunity for the country, for the Somali nationals as well, and also in terms of creating a winning consumer proposition for our customers.
And looking at the issues around Somalia, there's been a lot of political uncertainty that has affected investments into the country. As a bank, I understand that you will be going big on mobile money transfer. Just tell us a bit more about that.
You'll be surprised. Somalia is one of the countries that embraced mobile money, very, very early, beginning of the 20th century. And right now we have 2 key players in that space. And it's more or less the scenario or the trend that is happening in Kenya right now, where day after day, people are embracing more mobile money and mobile banking system. And, Premier Bank is forced or is obliged to ride with that transformation that is happening in the country. We have partnered with one of the telecom companies, and very soon, maybe in the next, in the beginning of Q2, we'll be announcing, a similar proposition for our clients as well.
Okay.
If I may just take you back to Visa, the reason why we partnered with Visa, among many other reasons, is that we have a lot of we have about 2 million Somalis in diaspora right now, and a lot of these people are looking at coming back into the country to invest, to rebuild, to meet their relatives and the like. And a lot of these people are carrying money in their plastic cards. They don't have anywhere to use
when they land.
They land. So you're either forced to carry cash into the country, and when you run out of it, maybe you have to call a relative in the US or UK to replenish your amounts. But right now, what this platform enables is that you can easily fly into Somalia without necessarily having to carry cash. As long as you have your Visa card, then we have enabled for you to be able to use those cards in the 6 or so ATM outlets that we have so far installed in Mogadishu. Shortly, we have plans as well to do the same in Hargeisa in the coming 2 or 3 months. So the idea is to create financial inclusion for the Somali nationals that they were left out of, if I may say, for the past 25 years.
Ahmed, speaking about financial inclusion, how are the numbers looking like in Somalia? How many of the population can actually say they are included in the financial system?
I think right now it's significantly very small because traditionally people were used to the money transfers, and that didn't require somebody to have a bank account. So I wouldn't really refer to that as financial inclusion. And some of the things right now we are doing is creating financial literacy. Reaching out to the public that there's an alternative mode of banking right now. At the top of my mind, I'll probably pick right now probably less than 3% of the Somali population is using the formal banking system. So there's a wide market gap in terms of reaching out to these people and really creating a formal banking system in the country. We're privileged to have the support of the World Bank and IMF, who are working in terms of strengthening the financial capability of the regulator, the Central Bank of Somalia. They've put in a lot of effort in the last 2 years, and we hope to realize the fruits of all this work in the coming few months and years as we go along.
Looking at the bigger picture, Somalia is sort of getting to a sense where some peace is coming through. You're seeing KDF troops pitching camp in Somalia. By the fact that we get stability in Somalia, what would this mean for Premier Bank in terms of growth, in terms of expansion as well?
I think it means a lot. Definitely, where there's no peace, then you can't conduct business. The risks are very high, even as we operate there right now. But as you said rightfully, with the help of AMISOM and KDF and the rest of, and the UN as well, and also the Somali government itself, they've done quite a lot really to strengthen the security of the country. Maybe except for a few patches or areas in the country, relatively, a large part of the country is very, very, very secure. And our strategic growth is in line also with, we can't do without the security. We can't have a growth plan that ignores, the security of the country.
Yeah.
So it goes hand in hand. Our target right now is by beginning of Q4, we should have covered 5 of the 7 regions in Somalia.
Okay.
We'll have a footprint very soon in Somaliland, in the capital Hargeisa. From there on, we're moving into Puntland and then Jubaland. That should give us, at least a viable business proposition with the significant, coverage within Somalia before embarking on a regional strategic growth.
Many thanks. That's a perfect place to end the conversation.
Thank you very much.
And we wish you well as you continue with your strategy in terms of growing the bank back in Somalia. Well, with that, that's how we wrap up KTN Business today for this week. My name is Abe Gina. Thank you for your valued company and have a happy Easter. Of course, coming up next is News Hour with Sophia Wanuna.